Okay, so today we're going to start standing, and I wanted you to make sure that you're stacked, your ankles, knees, and hips. Shoulders are above the hips. I want you to inhale the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, bring them back, and then slide the fingers towards the knees. And I want you to retract the scapulas or the shoulder blades. Bring them back, and now inhale, shoulders up. And then rotate, let the shoulders fall forward again. Those fingers are going to melt towards the knees. So spine is stacked, core is engaged. Inhale, shoulders up. Retract the shoulders. Slide the hands down. Feel that opening through the chest here. The tips of the shoulder blades are closer together. Inhale, up. They roll forward. Exhale, bring the shoulders together. Fingers towards the knees. So a few more times, just like that. Big breath in, rolling back. Now again, inhale, rolling up. And exhale. Now just relax the arms and just do a few shoulder rolls. Bring those shoulders up. Nice and slow. And now go ahead and take a little pause and just reverse that. Last one in this direction. And now with the thumbs pointing forward, inhale, arms up. Clasp the hands. Root down through all four corners of the feet. Inhale, grow taller. And then on the exhale, lean to the right. Send that left hip away. Opening up to the rib cage, getting into the intercostals. Inhale, nice and high, stack the spine. Exhale, send it the other way. Inhale, up. We'll do a couple more each side. Take it to the right. And up. Left. Inhale, up. Exhale, right. Last time, inhale, up. Exhale, left. And come on up. Go ahead and relax your arms. Leave that right arm straight ahead. We're going to let it cross the body. So taking that thumb behind us, taking the hand and the arm, big reach to the right, take a peek to the left. Now, option as well as taking to the crux of your elbow, your choice. So you should feel a nice stretch into the shoulders as we reach. And now go ahead and take that arm straight up. Flip the palm, find that tricep stretch. So float that hand in between the shoulder blades. Welcome to take hand to elbow, or you can clasp. Be mindful of the neck. If you're in a clasp or a bind, send the elbows a little further back. If you're working on your bind, your strap, or your elastic band gives you some length to your arms, if that's something that you're working on, but you should feel a juicy stretch to the tricep. One more big breath here. Go ahead and release that. Now go ahead and send that left arm straight up. Go ahead and send that thumb back again. Find that stretch. Peek to the left. Big reach. Last breath here. Go ahead and send that arm up. Hinge at the elbow. Find your tricep stretch. Any variation that makes sense. Noticing which side's a little tighter. Maybe you open up a little bit more. We float those elbows back a bit more. I'm going to go ahead and release that. We're going to send that right arm straight out. Take the fingers towards the floor, and we just get a nice stretch. So be gentle. We're opening up through the forearm to start. So have that wrist, elbow, and shoulder in line. We'll hold here. Closer those fingers start to melt back towards the forearm. The more of a stretch you get. These we could do sitting at a desk in front of the sofa. Go ahead and flip it now. Palm towards you, fingers towards the floor, and again, gently encourage. You're getting a nice stretch through the wrist. These should feel really nice if you're spending a lot of time with racket sports as well as on your computer. So you pickleballers, good one to do. And now release that, and just take the fingers towards the palm, knuckles, and just some circles. You can do them straight out. You can do them down towards the floor, whatever makes sense. Go ahead and take a little pause, send them in the other direction. Go ahead and relax that, shake that hand out. We're gonna work to the left now. Send that left arm straight out. Again, palm faces in, get a nice stretch here. Doesn't matter which order you do them in. So again, if you're golfing, tennis, pickleball, these are great ones to do. And now palm away, fingers down, stretching through the front of the forearm. And then go ahead and make that fist circles. So again, circles could be straight out, they can be down, doesn't matter. Just some mobility for the wrist. Take a little pause, send it the other way. Go ahead and relax that, stretch it out. Since we're standing, we're going to start with a little bit of balancing work. We're going to start with trees. So go ahead and take that foot. Before you do, I want you to really feel connected with the foot first. We're going to start with the left foot being grounded. You want to make sure that the weight is displaced on all four corners of the feet. And now ankle, heel to ankle, heel to calf, heel to inner thigh. That left hand can be balanced. We hold here. Hands come to heart center. We're going to hold for 10 seconds. And now go ahead and release that. Taking that left foot now, notice how difficult or how easy that was for you. Again, we're going to round down on that right foot, taking weight on all four corners of the foot. Once you feel grounded, go ahead and take that left foot anywhere you like. So again, heel to ankle, to calf, to inner thigh. You'll have more stability on one side versus the other. The right leg is pressing into the foot. If your tights are slippery, again, you'll have a little bit more difficulty. Squeezing everything into the midline, that's what we're looking for here. We hold. I'm gonna go ahead and release that. Stability is really important, especially if we're worried about our hip flexors, because we transfer weight differently. So now with the feet in line with the knees and the hips, I want you to lift all 10 toes as high up off the mat as you can. And now start to spread the toes apart. Holding them off the mat to start. Now take your big toe to the mat, just your big toe. Then the second toe. It's hard to do because the other ones want to follow. Then the third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Really difficult to do. Probably they all wanted to go down at the same time. Now lift your big toe, just your big toe. Again, it's difficult to do. And now start to lift each of the following toes up off the mat. Take them as high as you can, ground down through the ball mound of the big toe, push it into the mat. Spread the toes again and see if you can place the toes one at a time, starting from the baby toes onto the mat. A little easier than when we start with the big toe. Press down through all 10 toes. Feel the connection. And now relax that, lift the toes up, and just wiggle the toes. We're going to do the balancing poses again, see if they're a little bit easier for you. So again, ground down through that left foot. Feel the connection with the four corners of the feet, but also the toes. Gives us our stability. When you're ready, take that right foot anywhere you like. Slow and controlled. Again, one side's going to be more cooperative than the other. Squeezing into the midline, so the leg presses into the foot presses into the leg. We hold for 10. Now, if your ground is unstable, it's going to be more difficult. Go ahead and release that. See if you notice a difference once you connect with the feet a little bit more. Again, if we create stability in the foundation, good house has a good foundation, Anything we stack above it is gonna give it more stability, so the knees and the hips. So again, same thing, connect on the right side. All four corners of your feet are grounded. The toes are connected. You feel solid and stable on that right side. When you do, take the left leg anywhere it makes sense. Again, pressing that left foot into the right thigh, squeezing into the midline, find your stability. Root down through that foot as you engage the core. Wiggling is totally cool. And now release that. So again, just a little bit of mindfulness work with the feet as we move through the day. So turn to face the front of your mat, ladies. Inhale, grow a little taller. Feel stacked all the way up. Grow a little taller still. Exhale, take a bow. Find your forward fold. Let everything soften. Root down through the heels. We're just going to linger here for a little bit. Give those hamstrings an opportunity to open up. They can be, your hands can be on blocks. They can be on the mat. They can be on your shins. Whatever makes sense. You can grab opposite elbow. If you want a little bit more opening through the back of the legs, root through the heels of the feet. Send those hips back a little further. Hold here. And now inhale, rise up. Big breath in. Hands above the head. Exhale, hands come to heart center. We're coming into Malasana here. So if you know your hips are tight, take the toes towards the corners of your mat. If they're really tight, take your feet a little wider than your hips, your choice. Engage the core first. We're going to move slowly. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, start to lower those hips towards the mat. Taking the shoulders in between the knees. Press the knees from the shoulders, oppose the shoulders with the knees, take the hands to heart center. You might feel a stretch through your calves, back of the legs. Hold here. And now again, rooting through all four corners of the feet. Push up. Coming all the way up. We'll do that one more time. What you want to avoid in Malasana is leaning forward. Now, if that squat is too much for you, you can take a rolled towel or a little dowel underneath the heels to elevate the heels for you. Yogi's choice. So again, you decide what you need to do with those feet in order to give you that stretch you're looking for. Inhale, grow tall first. Exhale, sit back. Find your squat. Malasana. Hold here. So again, let those knees get a little bit of a work. We're working those inner thighs, waking them up a bit. Squeeze into the midline, oppose with the shoulders, we hold. Now you should have all the toes on the mat. Sometimes your toes want to curl up. The work here is to ground down with the toes so that your weight is balanced. You want to avoid pronation or supination. We don't want to do that with the feet. We want to keep them flat and stable. That's what's going to support the joints when we're moving and we're upright. Last breath here, root through the feet, come all the way up. Beautiful. Inhale, grow tall. So you should be about in the middle of your mat. Exhale, take a bow. Find your forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, extend through the spine. Exhale, soften. Then walk the hands forward and the feet back. Find your first downward dog, ladies, and walk it down. So pedal the feet, take the hips from side to side. Now inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bend that knee. Let's open up through that right hip. So send that right foot towards the floor, opening up that hip. Don't jut that left hip out. And if you like, start to let that left heel get closer to the floor. Get a nice stretch here. We hold. Last breath here. Extend through that right leg. Coming into our hanging plank series. Inhale, knee to nose, float forward, stack the arms. Send it back. Right knee, left elbow, float forward. Send it back. Right knee, right elbow. Send it back. Coming into a high crescent lunge. Inhale, knee to nose. Step on through. Find your high crescent lunge. Adjust your feet so they're in line with your hips. Come on up. Send the arms up. Soften the shoulders down the back again. Those scapula tips are coming a little closer together. Hearts forward, gazes forward, hold here. So again, there's that balancing work. That right foot is grounded. We're on the ball mound of our left foot. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, take a bow. For 5, inhale, rise up. For 4. Make sure that right knee is not falling to the midline. We bow. It tracks forward. Bow. Last one here, take a bow. Come on up. Take the hands to the heart. Inhale, grow tall to the spine. On the exhale, take a peek to the right, find your twist, elbow to knee. Hold here. Welcome to take that left hand to the mat. Welcome to spread your arms. You decide, yogi's choice. Engage the core. Don't let it hang on that thigh. Now from here, we're gonna lower that left knee down for 5, nice and slow. For 4. Should feel an opening on the calf at the same time. 3, 2, last one, come on down. Take that knee all the way to the mat, extend to the spine. Take the top of the foot onto the mat. Interlace your fingers on that right thigh, float forward. You should feel a nice opening through that left flexor here. Promise you some hip work. Last breath here on the exhale, send those hips back. Hands to the mat or the blocks. Heel toe that right foot forward. Heel into the mat, toes to the shin. Ladies, take it to wherever it makes sense for you and find your stretch. Let's hold here. Hips are square to the front of your mat. Last breath here. We're gonna walk the hands forward, take that right knee underneath the hip, curl the toes under, up, go the hips, downward dog, walk it out. Just notice the difference in how the legs feel, one versus the other. Now inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend that knee. Let's open up to that left hip so that right heel melts towards the mat. That left hip opens up and that left foot gets heavy to the mat. Again, don't stick that right hip out. Energy is straight back. We hold. So we're building shoulder stability at the same time. Go ahead and send that left leg back. Inhale, knee to nose, float forward, hanging plank. And back. Left knee, right elbow. And back. Left knee, left elbow. And back. Inhale, knee to nose. Step on through. When you're ready, come on up, high crescent lunge. Now you can take it to a low crescent lunge if you prefer. But root down through those toes. Hip is forward. Heart is up. Shoulders are soft. Taking your gaze forward, taking the hands to the heart. Inhale, grow tall through the spine. Exhale, look to the left, find your twist. So again, either elbow to knee, or you can spread your wings, yogi's choice. And one more time, we're gonna take that right knee down for a tap for 5. for 4. Should feel some movement into the hip flexor. Should feel nice. 3, 2, 1. Come on up first. Now take that knee down. Top of the right foot on the mat. Stack the spine. Interlace your fingers on that left thigh. Float the hips forward. So again, rooting down through that left foot. Rooting down through that right knee. Hips are forward. Should feel that nice stretch on that right hip flexor here. Last breath here, send those hips back once again. Heel toe that foot forward. Heel is in the mat, toes to the shin. Find your stretch. Any variation here. And soften. Noticing which side is a little tighter than the other. Last breath here. Once again, we're going to send that left knee underneath the hip, walk the hands forward, curl the toes downward dog, walk it out. Now again, take all mounds of the toes onto the mat. Press down through all 10 toes. Raise those heels as high as you can, taking them away from the mat. Pardon me, I got a frog in my throat. And on the exhale, send those heels towards the mat. Send the hips back, find your stretch hold here. And now, once again, start to soften the knees. Take the knees to the mat. Uncurl the toes, top of the feet are on the mat. Walk the hands back, stack underneath the shoulders. Find your cat-cow. But slow down your cat-cow, and I want you to see if you can feel each vertebrae. So as you inhale with cow, belly melt to the floor, can you open up, feeling each vertebrae as you take your gaze up? And then on the exhale, as we tuck the chin, we tuck the tail, can you feel the length in each vertebrae as we puff that back? Pressing all 4 corners of the hands now into the mat. Inhale, slow it right down, ladies. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slow, controlled. Feeling each vertebrae open up. Last time, big breath in. Belly's heavy, gaze and tail are up. Exhale, chin to chest. Tuck the tail, puff the back. And relax the neutral spine. Take that right arm up to the heavens. Inhale, open up the heart to the right on the exhale. Thread it underneath the left. Thread the needle. Ear and forehead on the mat. Again, options galore. You can press those left fingers into the mat. You can take that left leg back. Send the left fingers up to the heavens or wrap it around. Tuck it in that hip crease. Open the heart to the left edge of the mat and fold here. And now release that. We unwind slowly with control. Coming back to a neutral table. Stack the arms first. Inhale, left arm high, big reach to the heavens. Exhale, take it underneath the right. And again, you decide what has to happen on the right side of the body to help deliver the stretch you're looking for this morning. Hold here. And release that, unravel, come back to center. Ladies, curl your toes under. I'm setting us up for bear. I'm gonna time us. We're gonna hold just for a minute today. Wake up the belly. So when you're ready, arms are stacked. Again, all four corners of the hands are heavy on the mat. Toes are heavy on the mat, and when you're ready, float those knees up just a centimeter. Engage the core. Think of taking those hips, those hip points, and that bottom rib a little closer together. Take the navel back and up, little J movement there. We hold. We're halfway there. Continue to squeeze into the core. Press down with all four corners of the hands. Don't let those knees get too far away from your mat. Last 10 seconds. We hold. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and take those knees down. Ladies, your choice. Either shell pose with legs together or child's pose with knees apart. Take the big toes together. Float the hips back, soften the heart towards the mat, and extend the spine. Let's soften. Last breath here. Go ahead and walk the hands back. We're gonna come onto our sit bones, ladies. Extend both legs straight out to start. So again, if you want to call on your strap, if you have one, you're more than welcome to do that. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, take a bow over those legs. Now inhale, grow tall. We're gonna bend that right knee. Take that right hand to the outside of that right foot, fingers towards the midline, bring that shin parallel. So again, don't miss the opportunity to stretch the shoulders. So send that leg away. You feel a nice stretch to the shoulders, and now pedal that knee in behind the shoulder. 5, big stretch. 3, last one. Now go ahead and soften that knee. We're going to take that right ankle onto the thigh, find your number 4. So big juicy hip stretch here, ladies. Let that knee get heavy. So if you want, you can take a block or your roller, press that knee into the block or the roller at any height if that's an option for you, or simply let that right hand get heavy on that knee. What you want to avoid is lifting that left cheek. We're grounded on the left side. We let that right knee start to make itself parallel to the mat. Feel an opening to the outside of that right glute. You're welcome to stay here if you want just a little bit more. Start to bow over that leg. We take the stretch a little deeper. Again, we hold. Take it to wherever it's comfortable for you. Let your body guide you. Don't try and tell it where it wants to go. It will tell you where it needs to go. And as you linger in these poses a little bit longer, you start to soften a bit more. You start to find a little bit more length. Let's take another big breath here. And release. Go ahead and step the spine. Go ahead and take that right foot onto the mat. We're going to snug that foot as close to that hip as we can while the entire sole of the foot is on the floor. Take that knee a little closer to the chest. Inhale, grow a little taller. Root down through that right foot. That's what helps to open up the outside of that glute a little bit more. Now take that right hand in behind you, left hand up to the heavens. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, peek behind that right shoulder. Take the elbow to knee, find your twist. If that's too much, simply flip the right hand to the left hand to the opposite shoulder. And release, come on back to center. Go ahead and extend through that right leg. Once it arrives, top of that left knee, take it left hand the outside of that left foot. Again, bring the shin parallel first. Send it away. Find that beautiful stretch to the back. Send that knee in behind. Nice and slow for 5. Big reach. Last one. And then go ahead and soften that knee. We're going to take that ankle onto that right thigh this time. Again, grow a little taller through the spine. Let that knee get nice and heavy. Option to take a block again, or a pillow, or a bolster. We want to keep the hips square if we can. And again, let the body dictate where that stretch needs to go to. If you're happy here, you stay here. If you want a little bit more, start to take a bow over that leg. You'll notice that one side is going to be a little bit more cooperative because we always favor one side versus the other. If one side tends to be a lot tighter than the other, in time, as you're doing your stretches on your own, you're going to linger on that side longer. I tend to try and do them both equal amounts of time on both sides. So I'm not sure which side should tense. Big breath in, exhale, and you soften just a little bit more. You should feel that juicy stretch into the hips. And now release that. Go ahead and take that left foot onto the mat. Slide it as close to that right hip as you can. Root to the foot. Take the knee tight. Go a little taller. But again, really press down through the foot. That's what's going to activate that stretch. Take that left hand in behind you. Inhale, grow tall with that right hand. Start to find your twist. And again, elbow to the knee or hand to shoulder. We use that arm as leverage. Take that twist a little deeper. Take a peek behind you. And release, come back to center. Ladies, have your bands handy. We're going to take that left leg and extend it. Before we put the bands on, we're going to inhale, grow nice and tall one final time. Exhale, take a bow over those legs. Notice if your stretching or your flexibility is a little more open now that we've unhinged our hips a bit. And now slowly start to stack spine. Taking our elastic bands, we're going to take them over the shins, just above the knees. Making sure you're in the middle of the mat so you've got lots of room. We're going to keep the feet grounded to start. So again, really root down through the feet. Again, we're being conscious of the feet and the grounding and our foundation throughout the entire practice. Soften the shoulders away from the ears, nice and soft to the spine of the mat. But we're not going to go all the way down. Once the shoulder blades, tips of the shoulder blades hit the mat, pause, come all the way up. Tall stacked spine. And again, we're going to do that a few more times. Shoulder blades hit the mat, hold, feel the connection with the core, come on up. And again. And again. Last one. Start to go down. We're not going to go all the way down to the shoulder blades. We're going to hold about halfway here. So shoulder blades aren't on the mat. We're going to take those feet up, toes to the shin, hold here. Not toes to the shin. The shin's parallel to the mat, pardon me. And toes to the shin as well. Now lower down for a tap for 5. Hold here, slow and controlled. 4, core should be working. 3, 2, last one, hold here, 5, 4, and lower the heels, feet to the mat, Stack the spine. This time we're going to take the spine all the way down to the mat. Take a big breath in, grow tall through the spine, and on the exhale, we deliver the vertebrae one at a time. When you get all the way down, walk the feet so that the feet are underneath the knees, arms are alongside the body. Imprint, flatten out that spine, tailbones lift, pull each of the vertebrae up, send the hips to the heavens, fold here. And down. Each time you come down, let the spine relax to its natural curvature, and then imprint, and up we go again. And down. When you come up, send the knees away so that you're opening up to the quads and the hip flexors again. That's 3. Come on down. Relax. Imprint and up. We're slowing everything down. We want to give the muscle fibers an opportunity to engage, to wake up. Relax. Imprint. Up. And again. Relax. We're going to stay up this time, ladies. Imprint. Up go the hips, root through the feet. Now from here, don't let those hips sag. Pull the knees apart for 10. Slow. 9. 8. All the same time, trying to keep the hips high. 4. 2. And 1. Come on back to center slowly with control. Come on down. With the natural curve, return, imprint, up you go. Now staying here, we're going to send that right leg straight out. To start, toes can be pointed or flexed, yogi's choice. Send that leg up for 5. Don't let that left hip sag. Should feel your left hamstring kicking in here. 2. We're going to do that one more time. For 5. 4. 2. Last one. Bring that right foot down. Slowly take the spine to the mat. With the natural curve, we're going to stay down for a second. Imprint. Like you're going to press that spine through the mat. Feel the core engagement. Hold here for 5. Squeeze. 3. This should be a lot of work. 2. 1. Relax. Natural curve of the spine. Put his back, arms alongside the body. Big breath in. We imprint. Up go the hips. Hips to the heavens. Again, it's important that your gaze is forward. Don't strain the neck. When you're ready, send that left leg straight out. And now up we go for 10. Don't let that right hip get saggy. 4. 3. 2. 1. Go ahead and float that left foot back down. Root through the feet, send those hips up one more time. A little higher to the heavens, and now take those knees apart for 10. Slow. 9. 3. 2. Last one. Slowly come all the way down. Once that spine is down, take the knees to the chest, ladies. Give yourself a rock and roll. Now give those ankles a little circle, going in both directions. Last time, put your way back to center. We're going to take that elastic, we're going to shimmy it down the legs onto our feet, arches of our feet. We're going to take those knees above the hips. You know where we're going. But before we start with our bicycles, you decide whether we're keeping those knees hinged the time or we're starting to extend. It's a little harder as you straighten the legs. The goal is not how close the heels come, you know that. The goal is to keep that spine flat. So engage the core, flatten out the spine first, now send the legs away. And back. You pull them back just before you're going to release that lower back. We're not going to do that. You should really feel your core working. Breath work is really important. We're always exhaling during the hardest part of the exercise. That's halfway. We got 5 more. Squeeze. Last one. And back to center. So again, keeping those feet slightly higher than your knees, those heels slightly higher than your knees. We're going to take the hands on either side of the head, just gently connecting the tips of the fingers, elbows around the periphery. Again, imprint first on the exhale, pull up neck, head, and shoulders. Coming into our bicycles, right elbow, left knee, send the right leg away, slow and controlled for 10, 9, 5, 3, 2, 1. One more time for 10. Working the obliques, working the core. Slow and controlled. Breathe. 3, 2. Last one. You should feel this in your core. Come on back to center, relax neck, head, and shoulders. Bring those knees closer so you can take the elastic onto the ankles. Send those legs straight up. Pull the toes towards the shins. Send the heels to the heavens. Get a little stretch in that calf first. So what we're going to do is we're going to play around with the calves here. So we're going to point the toes now. Separate the legs as far as you can. Hold that stretch in the elastic. Bring the toes towards the shin. Come on back. Bring those legs in line with the hips. Point, away, flex, together for 10. Should feel the outside of your hips work, your abductor muscles. 4, 3, slow and controlled. 2, 1, back together. Now again, yogi's choice here. You decide if you want to point or flex. Take those legs as far apart as you can. Hold here, and I'll give you 10 little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7. Should feel your glutes working, should feel your abductors working. 2, 1, hold, relax, bring those legs back in line with the hips. So relieving the tension just for a second. Now again, you decide, point or flex, send them away. And again, give me 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, hold, release. Go ahead and bring those feet back down. Now extend those legs straight out. We're going to keep that left leg on the mat. We're going to take that right leg up as high as we can for 10. Grounded on the left side, 9. Should feel your hip flexors working. 4, 3. So we did a lot of hip work today. 2, last one, stay high. 10 pulses. 10, quads are working. 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1, and release. Keep that right leg grounded. When you're ready, left leg's gonna come up for 10, 9. So you're working your flexors, you're working your quads, glutes. 3, 2, last one, hold here, 10 pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, and release. Ladies, roll onto one side, doesn't matter which one you want to roll onto. You're going to support the head either on the arm or with the hand. You're going to soften that bottom leg. Float that right leg in line with the hip. You're going to bring the toes forward towards the shin, heel away. When you're ready, we're going to send that right leg up for 10. So again, working the outside. 9, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold here, 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Rolling on to the other side. So for the interest of time, you're going to see my backside today. I apologize for that. Again, support the head. Soft on that bottom leg. Left leg is parallel. Toes to the shin. When you're ready, bring that leg up for 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release that. Ladies, rolling onto your bellies. Stack the hands, hold the forehead. Onto the hands, relax, upper body is soft. Separate the legs slightly so the toes are coming toward the corners of the mat. We're going to leave that left leg grounded, take that right leg up for 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Right leg stays quiet, left leg comes up for 10. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax that. You can bring the legs back in line with the hips if you want. If you prefer them a little bit apart with toes towards the corners of the mat, that's fine too. Forehead on the mat, take the hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, float the arms parallel to the mat. Root through the hips, take the heart up away from the mat, send the knuckles towards the toes. Hold here. And release. One more time, big breath in. On the exhale, up goes the heart. Send the knuckles towards the feet. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. This time I want you to take your legs back in line with your hips. You can curl the toes under or leave them on top of the mat. I like to be on top of the mat a bit better. Hands alongside of the heart. Take a big breath in. Find your cobra, your expression of cobra. And release. This time, yogi's choice, cobra or up dog. Big breath in. On the exhale, come on up. Find your stretch. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down again. This time, bring your legs together. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Send the hips back. Shell pose. We're draping the body over the legs. Forehead to the mat. Arms alongside the body. Palms up. Take a moment here. And now slowly stack the spine. We're going to come onto our sit bones. So we can take our elastic off. We're done with it for today. So I stayed on the lower half of the body today more than anything. You're going to extend your left leg straight out. You're going to take your right knee onto your left knee. This is half cow facing. If you are comfortable here and that is enough stretch, you stay where you are. If you want more, we start to fold. If that's still not quite enough for you, come into full cow facing by bending that bottom leg. So that left knee hinges. We stack the knees on top of each other. It's a pretty intense stretch. You want a bit more, we take the feet apart a little bit more. Inhale, grow tall, and as we exhale, we soften belly. towards the thighs. So don't let those hips lift. You find that stretch. Should feel a juicy, juicy stretch in through that right glute, especially if that right leg is obviously the one that's on top of the left. There's the stretch. We linger. As I said, this is a pretty intense stretch. We're going to take it to fire log after this, which again is another very intense stretch for the hips. Be mindful, do what you can do and what makes sense for your flexibility and mobility this morning. Last breath here, come on up. Now all we're going to do is we're going to separate those knees. We're going to take that left knee in line with the hip, and that shin is parallel to the short edge of the mat. We're going to take that right ankle on top of that left knee. Now this may be enough for you, and if that is the case, you can take a block and press into it. If it is available for you and you've got more mobility into your hips, we stack ankle over knee and knee over ankle. Again, very intense stretch, just the way you are. Be mindful of the ankle, don't let it twist and torque. Inhale, grow tall. You want more, exhale, bow over that. So again, we're rooted down through the glutes. We soften the heart, find that stretch and hold. Again, these are very intense hip stretches. We did a lot of mobility in our hips and strength training throughout the class. So hopefully these are a little bit more accessible for you than they have been in the past. Soften a little bit more, we hold for 5. And release, coming up, nice tall stack spine. We're gonna unravel those legs. So we've had right leg over left. We're gonna take that left knee now. So extend that right leg, take the left knee over the right. And again, this may be exactly where you want to be on this side, but you're not going to have symmetry on both sides of the body. So this may be enough of a stretch for you. Again, you want more, we bend that bottom leg to a full count facing. Stacking the knees. This may be enough. You want more, we send the feet away. Roll a little taller to the spine. Keep the sit bones grounded and squared. We soften the heart over the thighs. Hold here. So you're pressing the energy back and down towards the mat with the glutes and the sit bones. As I said, these are very deep stretches for the hips. Not everyone is accessible to them. Be kind to yourself. Go ahead and release that. There's a lot of correlation with hip mobility and strength and healthy aging. So now we're going to take that right knee in line with the hip, shins parallel. We're going to float that left ankle on top. And again, you decide how close they get. But if it's available to you, knee over ankle, ankle over knee. Again, nice tall stack spine. On the exhale, we take a bow over those legs. Find your stretch. Last breath here, go ahead and walk the hands back. We're going to unravel those legs, send them down the mat. And then just give them a little wiggle. We're slowly going to take the spine back down to the mat. So nice and slow with control, we roll back 1 vertebrae at a time. A little bit last bit of coordination, but we didn't have a tight state. I don't think I didn't notice. Take it all the way. When the spine's on the mat, bend both knees. Take the hands onto the knees, and then we're just going to make some circles with those hips. So taking the knees apart, making circles. Those circles can be small, big, slow, fast, whatever works for you today. Last one here, coming back to center. And bring the knees forward and send them in the opposite direction. One more in this direction. Keeping the legs together, take the feet to the mat. Arms along the side of the body, either in a V, a T, or a stop sign, you decide. When you're ready, inhale, get heavy through the spine. And then on the exhale, let those knees and opposite right. Find your twist. Take your left ear to the mat and hold here. Think about how you might want to spend final Shavasana. Before you do that, though, I want you to check in with the body one more time, checking in with muscles, joints, head space, energy level. How do you feel now versus when you first came into class? Focusing on the hips, we did a lot of work for the hips, as I said. How are they feeling? Inhale, gaze back to center, knees back to center. Again, rooting through the spine, let that spine get heavy, and then on the exhale, take the knees to the left, take that right ear to the mat as we gaze away. So remembering the foundation of the class, everything starts with the feet. Feel grounded and connected with the feet. There's where the stability starts. Hugging into the midline, rooting through the feet and rising up through the spine. Again, that's where stability builds. Coming back with the gaze at center and the knees at center. That is, when you're ready, I invite you to float your way into whatever version of Shavasana will serve you best today. Use any props you have handy, pillows, blankets, blocks. Ending with a little bit of breath work here. So once you get settled and situated, let the sit bones get heavy, let those shoulder blades get heavy on the mat. Maybe you want to take one hand to belly, one hand to heart. You're going to keep the mouth closed. We're going to breathe in through the nose, nice and slow. A little pause at the height of the inhalation, and then exhale slow through the nose. A couple more, just like that. Big breath in. Fill the lungs, fill the belly. Exhale, let everything hollow. And again, big breath in. Exhale. Last time, big breath in. Pause. This time, open your mouth, let everything exhale, get rid of all that dead energy. The sigh. That back body get a little heavier. Make sure there's no tension in the brow, no tension in the jaw. Each exhalation melts the body just a little deeper into the mat. So, before we bring movement back to the body, ladies, I'm gonna leave you with this one little reading for New Year's. Some of you may not make class on Monday. So in that event, a little thing to share. I hope in this year to come, you make mistakes. Because if you are making mistakes, then you are making new things, trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, changing your world. When you're ready, bring awareness back to the body, and in your own time and in your own way, we'll find a seated position without haste. Backing the spine, softening the shoulders. Bring the hands to the heart, out of that heart. We're always grateful that we're well enough to make it to our mats and that we have each other to keep us honest and true to them. I honor the place in you where the whole universe resides, and when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste.